Similar to the child development major that I featured yesterday, this major is ideal for students who love working with children. Specifically, I'm talking about children from birth all the way to age 8. If this sounds like you, welcome to day 54 of my 90-day challenge, where for 90 days I am highlighting a college major, letting you know what it's about, what courses to expect in college, and what are some of the career paths you can get into with these degrees. Today we're talking about early care and education, so let's get started. The early care and education major is quite unique. Not only is it interdisciplinary, it is also collaborative and multi-institutional. Different regions and different institutions have a different format of teaching this major. So the information that I will be providing in this video is specific for the member institutions who are part of the Great Plains Interactive Distance Education Alliance, simply known as the Great Plains IDEA program. The member institutions for this alliance include Michigan State University, Iowa State University, University of Missouri, University of Nebraska, Oklahoma State, South Dakota State University, and Texas Tech University. As a multi-institutional major, courses for this major are taught by faculty of these member institutions, and it means that most classes are obviously online. But what is early care education? Early care education is a field that focuses on the intellectual, behavioral, social, emotional, and biological development of a child from birth all the way to age 3. This age range is actually really important in the development of a child, specifically a child's brain. So important events that take place during this age range may have some significant impact on the child, not just in their childhood, but even later on in their adulthood in terms of their physical and behavioral outcome. One of the most significant studies done in early care education was done in the 90s by the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, or NICHD. In this study, they were investigating whether early child care had an effect on children's social, emotional, behavioral, and cognitive development. There are several intriguing results that came from this study, but one that really stood out for me was that children who received high quality care from birth to 54 months scored higher in languages, reading, and math compared to children who received low quality childcare. The study went even deeper, comparing care centers versus home care, and when it comes to child development, how is the child's development impacted when a child is cared for at an institution or a center or a daycare center, for example, that meets the standard requirements versus those care centers that do not meet the standard requirements. These requirements include the adult to child ratios, group sizes, and even the caregiver education level. And in fact, one of the results from that particular study was that those children who were cared for at institutions that met the standard requirements from birth to 36 months actually did better in language, comprehension, and reading than those children who were cared for at institutions that did not meet the standard requirements. This all means that early care and education is really important in a child's development, so there's a need for well-trained early caregivers. If you want to read more on the study and some of the interesting results that they found from that study, I will leave a link in the description where you can read the actual publication. In terms of incentives, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2020, the US median income of a preschool and childcare center director was about $49,000 a year, which translates to about $23 an hour. In terms of job outlook, the employment growth rate of a preschool director is about 1% from 2019 to 2029, which is actually below the employment growth rate of all occupations of about 4%. Liking what you're hearing so far? Let me know by giving this video a like, and let's look at some of the courses to expect when majoring in early care and education. This is actually a really competitive major, and as I said, it's a very collaborative, multi-institutional program. Each institution has its own requirements for admission. For example, at Michigan State, you do require to take some specific courses and attain a minimum GPA of 2.5 in those courses. Once you meet these requirements and are admitted into the major, some of the courses to expect include professional development in early care and education, child guidance and classroom environments, health, safety, and nutrition in early care and education, development of curriculum for children ages birth to 3 years old and also 4 years old to 8 years old, working with families in early care and education, technology and young children, and administration and supervision in early childhood settings. In addition to courses, you are required to have access to a high-quality preschool or Head Start classroom in order to complete your practicum experiences. It is absolutely crucial to talk to your academic advisor to make sure that you're taking all the required classes and you're on the right track to graduate. With all the courses and practicums and other trainings that you will need to do, you do not want to waste time and money taking unnecessary classes. Books and tuition can be very expensive. For a full list of courses offered for this major, specifically at Michigan State, I will leave a link in the description for you to check out after this video. Still with me? Let me know by recording this timestamp in the comment section below, and let's look at some of the career paths you can get into with a degree in early care and education. As I had previously hinted, with a degree in early care and education, you could work as a preschool director or a care center director. You could also work as a preschool teacher, elementary school teacher, a special education teacher, a nanny, an education advisor, or an early care consultant. You could also further your studies by going into grad school and working your way to becoming a child psychologist, a school counselor, or an academic professor. Do you know any early care and education student or graduate? How about sharing this video with them to show them that you know something about their major? Also, if you want to learn more about college majors, careers, and undergrad research tips, consider subscribing, especially if you're a Michigan State University student, because I use MSU resources as examples in most of my videos. Watch this video next, and I will see you all tomorrow as we discuss sociology. Jacqify out.
I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us.